Bounce in the middle. And Ablett gets the second knock at it. He was in some doubt before the game, but has taken his place. Long held when not in possession, and Michael Long will take the free kick for the Bombers. Goes out wide, and Bewick finds space, takes the mark. Plays on around Riccardi, dashes away, just got the kick in time. Bouncing ball, Cransberg couldn't take the mark, couldn't take it. Bairstow. Miles. High ball to the centre circle. Scott, I'm glad it's you and not me. Oh, good mark.
Yes, well done by Robert Scott, and he gets up quickly and plays on. Runs through the wing, kick towards half forward. Ablett, no. Play on, kick off the ground by Anthony Danaher. O'Donnell and Kickett combined. Bewick, oh, in goes Brownless. Collects the footy and bangs it 40 metres across his body, which is a very effective kick. In towards the forward pocket, Ablett overruns it. Scott's got a chance, and Scott has kicked the first goal. Well done, Robert Scott. Very good roving in the right forward pocket. And Geelong get the first goal in the opening 2 minutes.
Yes, he's been in good form, Robert Scott. Has been rewarded with Victorian selection. Has kicked 16 goals now for the season. And a big job of being asked by Blight of Martin Heffernan in his first game, lining up at full back on Paul Salmon, who has been in good form.
Great start by the Cats, who kicked 10 goals in the first quarter last week. Charging through his mensch, delivers the hand pass to Riccardi. Fantastic stuff to Buse. Buse a short pass, a little bit astray. Brownless a great pickup. Went backwards with the hand pass. Chris Danaher loses it. Out of defence by Wallis. High ball towards the centre, and an excellent mark taken by Hinckley. Ken Hinckley comes up over centre wing to Bairstow. He's got Ablett. Round the corner to Gary Ablett. 45 metres out. The champ thought about going on and is going back for a deliberate kick.
Get the impression there, Gerard, that he may have slipped in some heavy ground there.
Yes, I was out on the ground last night. It has recovered remarkably after the rain we've had over the last couple of days, but still pretty heavy, Robbo. In fact, I thought he did try to play on.
Gary Ablett kicking from 50 metres. Hooks this one, still in the field of play. Punch to the front, Stoneham! Yes!
Well, that's Barry Stoneham's 100th career goal, his first for the game. He's been in excellent form, an exquisitely talented player. And he picked that up, it was almost a Rovers goal, and it just dribbled over the line. Congratulations, Barry, 100 career goals.
Well, Geelong off to a great start. 2 goals to nothing. Back in the centre. Geelong get it out again. Stoneham gathers it nicely. Down goes McGrath. Ball picked up by Ablett. Little kick, not too bad. Into the path of Poole, but he can't control it. Boundary throw in right half forward for the Cats. Controlling the game from the midfield, Geelong. Chance now for Poole. Oh, good bump there by Wallis. Kick by Wanganeen, goes in towards the centre. Overrunning at Hills. And he's being held, according to the umpire, so young Hills will take the free kick. He plays on, kicks it high into the right forward pocket. Salmon, no, interfered with the opponent and has given away a free kick. And it's taken by young Heffernan, playing his first game for Geelong, and what an experience it'll be for him. Big punch by Kickett. Running onto it was Bairstow. Now a chance for Poole, just a little slow. Long able to just put him off his kick. In goes Brown, picked up by Scott. Handball into the path of Bruns. Well tackled by Harvey. Up goes Brownless. Here's a chance for Michael Long to get out of trouble. O'Donnell, wider still to EZARD. He's got time to steady and goes for the safety of the boundary line, and that should be a free kick against EZARD because there was no way known he was trying to keep that in the arena of play. Right half forward for Geelong. They lead 2 goals. Essendon yet to score.
Stoneham takes front position. Clean possession. Buse spins out of trouble. Forceman celebrating state selection. Centres. Billy Brownless takes the mark. Off to Bruns. And Bruns kicks a goal in his first game back this week. Well, the Cats have opened like Keith Stackpole in the first over of a test match, belting the ball for 6.
Excellent play from Geelong. Forsman, very skilled player, kicks on his right foot, not his natural one. Pinpoints Brownless, who takes a ride and takes a good mark, but excellent vision and good play from Big Billy to handball the ball onto Bruns, who walks into an open goal.
Tremendous football there by Geelong. They've just shell-shocked the Bombers, and their pressure on the forward line has been fantastic. Chance for Handley. Worked very hard, couldn't quite gather it. Long fumbles. Handley a hand pass. Poole. Long. Still can't get clear. Chance for Hughes. Oh, look at the little rat work hard. And he kicks it into the right forward pocket. Don't mean that with any bad feeling whatsoever, but his nickname is the Rat. And he forced the ball up into the forward line, but Essendon will get out through Cransberg, who has taken the mark at half back. Kicks it in towards the centre of the ground. Punched away? No. Umpire awards a free kick to Danaher. That's Terry Danaher quite near the centre circle.
Sheedy has interchanged Denham already. Against his old side. Diving mark. Salmon right in front, 50 metres out.
Essendon did have that forward line open. Salmon plenty of space to run into.
Hinkley gets back, but Salmon's kick has the distance. Three goals to 1 goal.
Well, they were in desperate need of that goal, Essendon. Geelong has started with a huge burst. And things are running all their way. They've been winning the ball out of the centre well, Geelong, but through the efforts of Terry Danaher, who set up Paul Salmon, they now get on the board.
Salmon summing it up pretty well. Essendon's first goal. Ablett dragged off the footy, but gets his kick away. Kickett going back with the flight of the ball. Brownless again. Bruns may get his second. He does. Well, pedestrian stuff by Geelong there, getting the ball out of the centre, and Bruns gets his second goal. Geelong 4 goals straight, lead Essendon 1 goal.
Well, once again, Brownless and Bruns combine to achieve a goal for Geelong. Bruns playing on the half-forward flank, first game back from injury, has started the game in sensational fashion with 2 goals. And it's an ominous start for Essendon.
Well, who's to say the Cats won't break the record they set 2 weeks ago, but Somerville wins in the middle. McGrath did pretty well to tie it up, and umpire will ball it up again. Ablett being picked up by O'Donnell in the middle. Number 5 for Geelong, number 10 for Essendon. Scott the Rover does the ruck work for the Cats, and Geelong win the free kick to Handley. He didn't play on behind the mark. Remarkable story, Handley. Discarded by the Brisbane Bears. Finishes up on a top side here. Hinkley's kick up inside 50. Bewick taps back. Kickett, magnificent kick to Somerville, unmarked in the centre square. Peter Somerville goes for a gallop. Drives it long. Salmon leads. Great mark.
Great footy.
It's excellent play from Essendon all round. Coming from Kickett in the back line, who spotted Somerville in space. He ran on with the ball and had a bounce. And it was an excellent kick to a good lead from Salmon. Salmon summed up the situation well and led into space and gave young Heffernan no chance to spoil.
Paul Salmon for his second goal. Distance 45 metres. Result behind.
Well, he really should have kicked that, Paul Salmon. The goal that he has already kicked was from a similar distance. Pretty well straight in front. He made no mistake the first time, but missing that one. Here's Heffernan. Kicks it back into play. Pretty ordinary kick. Bewick. Through goes Ablett. Oh, round the neck. Wanganeen must take the free kick. Exciting young player, Gavin Wanganeen. Coming from South Australia as just a teenager. And doing quite well in his first season. Now in his second year, 25 AFL games. Adjusted pretty well to the tempo. Wanganeen from 40 metres. Kick looks pretty good. No. Slips off the right side and through for a behind.
Well, Gavin Wanganeen has been down on goals this year, having kicked only 4 for the season. As a Rove, you'd expect him to be up averaging 1 or 1.5 a game, so a little bit down on his previous form of last year.
The free kick has been picked out at centre-half back, a Geelong player being held, and the umpire, in tandem, give the free kick to Scott, now give a 50-metre penalty because Essendon messing around, not getting the ball back to the Geelong player, and Gerard, from a kick in, the ball is now forward of the centre for the Cats.
Yes, poor play from Somerville, playing dumb, cost the side 50 metres.
Hinkley, very, very skillful player. Kicks it just across the ground. Handley, away goes to Mensch. Mensch's kick into the right forward pocket, marking contest, no one can take it. EZARD gets the hand pass to Anthony Danaher, who was very, very close to the boundary line. As a matter of fact, was probably pushed over after taking possession, and a throw-in will take place in that pocket about 30 metres around from the Geelong goal. They lead 4 straight, Essendon are 1-2.
Another chance for the Cats, but taken away by Bewick. Maybe a fortunate kick. Hills marks behind halfback. He comes up still behind the centre, from behind McGrath. All Anderson could do was wait, and Tim McGrath came from behind to outmark him. Brownless leads. McGrath goes longer than that. Stoneham got slightly underneath the ball. Chance for Brownless. Well, I don't know what Long was doing. He wasn't playing the ball. Essendon flipped the ball out through Chris Danaher. Cransberg to Danaher. Kickett. Good ball control. Bruns. Played it well, Bruns. And wins the ball, or wins the ball up.
Was Kickett trying to stage for that, or was he actually
no question
pushed?
of that, Robbo. He went to ground. I think the umpires are awake to that. I think it's not worth the effort. Better off just getting the ball and handballing it on.
Bounce just outside 50 metres for Geelong. Hughes gets it back to Bruns. Bruns, who always gets into the action. Up towards centre-half forward, punched away by Harvey. Gathered by Hills. Could have nearly been a free kick. It is in the finish. And Riccardi, in his endeavours to spoil young Hills, gave away the free kick. Hand pass away to Harvey. Harvey's long kick is a beauty, out towards the wing. Danaher and Mensch. Will the experience beat the youth? Have a look at this. Danaher gets the free kick. Left foot kick in towards the centre. Mark is taken by Anderson. And Spawn, I notice, is on the ground. He started on the interchange bench. So the Bombers have made 2 changes. Salmon! Oh, that's a troublesome area up there for Malcolm Blight. In the first game of the year, he gave a youngster, inexperienced Tim McGrath a job against Dunstall. And here he is in his first game, Martin Heffernan, playing on one of the really great players of today's football, Paul Salmon. And Salmon has a chance to kick a goal from 40 metres. Magnificent day in Melbourne for football. Salmon, he kicks it inaccurately again. Oh, Paul Salmon. He wouldn't be too happy with that. 1 goal, 2 from his efforts. And the Cats lead by 15 points.
That 19-year-old from Terang, St Pat's College in Ballarat, having trouble with Salmon, who's taken 3 marks already to kick in. Well, there he is, number 38. Riccardi did well. He spun through the pack beautifully. Stoneham. And the mark is between wing and half forward. Barry Stoneham. 2 kicks to goal. Centering pass. Handley. Low to Brown. Missed him. Comes off Ablett. Back about 30 metres. Thompson, a fantastic hand pass to Long. Kicked by Long. Didn't clear Hinkley. And Ken Hinkley takes the mark for the Cats. In the direction of Kickett, though, for the Bombers. He leapt. Oh, he was shepherded out, said the umpire. A free kick to Kickett.
Well, what an unbelievable decision then. That kick has been smothered off the boot. Back there is Miles. He's beaten for it by Bewick. Oh, he left it behind. Bruns is going to gather and get a kick away. Essendon looked a chance. Now Geelong go to half forward. Chopped off by Somerville. Improving with every year of senior football. The handball over the top to young Hills. He looks a little awkward. Gets it back to Somerville. Standing still. Little kick. It may be successful. Thompson into the centre. They've eventually got something going now. Essendon through Kickett. Kickett's kick to left half forward. Gathered by Terry Danaher. Beats Mensch and kicks a magnificent behind. in running, looked to certainty, just faded away to the left.
Well, they have responded, Essendon, to the onslaught of Geelong early in the piece. They just can't get the goals on the board.
Heffernan comes up short of centre wing. Well, Chris Danaher takes the mark, fires out a good hand pass to Bewick. Clever centering kick. Spawn, O'Donnell in trouble, away to Hills. Long kick straight to full forward. Wanganeen the only chance for the Bombers. Salmon, snap, goal! Two goals to Paul Salmon. The Bombers look like being swamped, but now they trail by only 8 points.
Well, that really was an instinctive goal from Salmon. I thought he was going to whip out the left-hand handball, but he threw it onto the left boot. And he's kicked his 350th goal for the season, or for his career, I should say.
It's a lot of goals in a season, isn't it? 350. Bobby Pratt would be impressed with that one, Gerard.
Fine average from Salmon.
Good bounce back in the centre. Somerville, Bairstow, Bruns, dragged down beautifully by Anderson. No, unfairly. And Bruns got up quickly. Terrific footy by Bruns. Kick into the left forward pocket. Oh, the high flyer there was Brown. Back it goes to EZARD. He kicks it clear for Essendon, out towards the wing. Keeping his ground was Hills, but he gave away the free kick. Disappointed was Paul Hills, and it goes to Riccardi just forward of the centre. Up near half forward, he's about 65 metres from goal. Nice looking left foot kick by young Riccardi. Oh, up goes Ablett. At the back, EZARD gives away a behind.
Now in that situation, it's amazing for Riccardi. He's got 5 of the best marks in league football to kick it to. Stoneham and Ablett for 2, and Paul Brown another one. Billy Brownless just to add another one on top, so it's not surprising to see them kicking the ball high into the forward line.
Anthony to Brother Terry. They both played for New South Wales on Tuesday night. How will they come up? Soccer forward. McGrath's there, rides the high tackle of Wallace. Free was going to be paid, now advantage. Kicked by McGrath. Ablett and O'Donnell. Comes to EZARD. Again he's gone for the boundary. Twice in the game. Left no secret in anybody's minds. The umpire calls for the boundary throw-in. Throw-in about 50 metres from goal. Cats in front. Somerville gets it to the back to Bewick. Cransberg. Anderson. Hasn't been in it too much so far, Greg Anderson. He's left-footed to centre half forward. Spawn. Hinckley comes to meet him. Spawn lost sight of it. Hinckley bowled over by Hills, and Hinckley will take the free.
Gee, young Hills would be wondering what he has to do to get in favour with the umpires. He's got about 3 or 4 free kicks now against him. The kick goes wide towards the wing. Handley gets his kick away, up towards half forward. Stoneham out in front of Wallace. And Wallace.
Pretty crude to attempt to spoil, Robbo.
Well, I watched him on this near side, Gerard, and he just waited for someone from Geelong to go near the ball. He didn't really go at it hard enough himself. The kick goes towards centre half forward. Chance now for Essendon. Oh, that's a throw. Umpire very close to the scene. And Somerville, well, I don't know whether you've got much case for dispute there.
That guilt written all over his face, didn't it?
And one of the real advantages of having a second umpire up near where the play is and one sitting back watching for some infringements behind the play. Here's Brownless from 30 metres out, directly in front. He doesn't miss these, Billy, and he bangs it straight into the western stand. 1 goal to Brownless, and the 5th goal to Geelong. They lead by 15 points.
His first goal of the game to Bill Brownless, 25 years old. Had a pretty good game up in New South Wales on Tuesday night in the State of Origin. At times it looked like he treated it as a training run, but he did kick the 4 and was a thorn in the Queensland side. He's got away to a good start.
That goal by Brownless was their first for about 10 minutes. They needed it. Centre square infringement. Free kick to Geelong, taken by Handley. Up to centre half forward. Brownless has got it again. There's no point Bewick arguing about that. It was a clear chest mark to Billy Brownless, and he's about 20 metres inside his kicking distance. So look out the people in the second tier. Hasn't kicked it beautifully this year, but has kicked that beautifully. Second goal to Billy.
Yes, well, the confidence in all players at Geelong just seems to be growing with every week. And Brownless, after a fairly ordinary start to the season, has really come back into form. Kicked 7 goals last week, the demolition derby against the Crows. And at the moment on Anthony Danaher, one of the very good fullbacks, has got 2 and looks to be going full steam ahead.
Two goals to Bruns and 2 goals to Brownless. Here's Ablett. He's been a little quiet, but gee, watch him go. That's a beautiful kick into the pocket. Chance here for Poole. Kicks pretty well. Watch this, it'll nearly go in. Scott. No. Free kick has been picked out of it against Scott on EZARD. And EZARD will take it for Essendon in the back pocket. Short kick. O'Donnell marks. Runs away from Forsman. Kicks it towards the wing. Good one, too. Finds Terry Danaher on centre wing. Running is Thompson. Danaher goes in short, finds Anderson. Anderson goes to Thompson. Wonderful handball. Thompson's kick is a really good one. Oh no, well done Hinckley. And kicked it out on the full. Bad luck, Ken Hinckley. He said it bounced inside the boundary line. The boundary umpire having a real good look at it, and the free kick will go to Spawn. He plays on. Kicks it across the face. Salmon there. Ball goes to the back. Kransberg can't keep it in. And it goes through for a behind to Essendon.
A good play from Stephen Handley there, dropping back, giving young Heffernan a bit of a hand against Salmon. Without that, would have been a goal to Essendon, I'm sure.
20-point lead to the Cats. Poole drops a mark. The wingman doubling back towards about back pocket. Round the corner he goes. Mensch is still behind half-back. Off to Ablett. Is he playing in the centre? He's getting the ball all over the park. Gary Ablett backs himself. He's caught from behind by a man who didn't see him.
Why wasn't he penalised?
Well, he got rid of it. Forsman. Thompson gets him. Maybe he'll be penalised.
The umpires have got to be fair dinkum, Drew. If you back yourself to get through a tackle and you're retarded, it is a free kick.
Essendon fans certainly agreed with you, Robbo. Stoner. Look for Bairstow. Now, maybe Bairstow is a bit below par. He was in some doubt before the game and hasn't had his usual effect on this. So far, 3 possessions to Bairstow.
And interestingly, 10 free kicks apiece. Well, Somerville kicks it out of mid-air, straight over the boundary line. And Gerard, you're shaking your head. What should he have done?
Well, I don't think he should have kicked it out in the full for starters. It was a one-off attempt, I suppose, but just looked pretty ordinary play all round.
McGrath kicks it inside 50 metres for Geelong. Nearly a mark back there to Stoneham. Picked off by EZARD. He kicks it wide. The sun is in the player's eyes. Riccardi and Hills. A good battle between 2 youngsters. And look at the skill of Riccardi. Goes long. Harvey gets back and marks right on the goal line. Handballs it back. EZARD. Bombers may run it out. Kick. Oh, slipping over out here is O'Donnell. And marking it very solidly on his chest was Ablett. And boy, when he goes at the footy, he really means business, Gary Ablett.
It's typical the way Ablett plays. We saw him have 3 quick kicks at the start of the quarter, and now another 3 quick possessions. He does play in fits and starts. You must contain him, and Gary O'Donnell has that job today.
Well, he had a kick from a similar position earlier, and I'm sure that going is quite soft there because Gary Ablett a little tentative then and missed to the right. Got the distance fairly nicely. Just holding up a little bit because of those conditions, so the Cats get their second behind on the scoreboard, 6-2 to 2-5. The kick-in is taken by Anthony Danaher. A sweeping hand pass finds Kickett. Kickett goes to Wallis. Wallis is at centre-half back and kicks it long to centre-half forward.
Hinckley climbs, almost takes the mark, not paid.
Kicking in danger against Long.
Free kick to Ken Hinckley. The Cats 6-2, the Bombers 2 goals 5. And we have 5.5 minutes remaining in the term. Handley leaves it for Riccardi, who's done some skillful things. Goes backwards this time and loses the ball. Kransberg off the ground. Anderson waits, delivers the hand pass to Hills. Well collected by Hills. Chance for the Bombers now. Out to Bewick. 40 metres out, Darren Bewick. Great goal.
Credit to Hills, Drew. Terrific stuff by a youngster.
And earlier on, the Bombers looked like being swamped, but they're still in this.
Yes, well, it's 8 scoring shots apiece. Really, the only difference is the fact that Geelong have been more accurate in front of goal. Salmon has missed a couple that he should have converted, but a good goal to Darren Bewick. He's kicked 12 for the season. That makes 13, and he's averaging 21 possessions, and is one of the most electrifying and dangerous rovers when he gets firing on the ball.
With 5 minutes left in the first quarter, Geelong lead by 15 points. Forsman kicked to centre-half forward. Oh, very well done, Stoneham. He's too good there.
Very much the game plan of Geelong this season is just to bomb the ball to Stoneham at centre-half forward. In previous years, they've been going more around the periphery, looking for options on the flank, in particular Gary Ablett.
Stoneham fancies himself from 50 metres. Doesn't quite get onto it. It may carry. Oh, Ablett may have spoilt the goal. No, he hasn't. It's a goal. Kick by Stoneham. Gee, what a leap on the goal line by Gary Ablett. Stoneham's kick carries, and Geelong 7-2 lead Essendon 3-5.
Yes, an excellent reply from Geelong. That's the game plan that Blight has been trying to manufacture this year. Barry Stoneham, probably potentially the best player in the AFL, and he didn't let them down on that occasion with a magnificent mark followed up by a terrific goal from the 50-metre line.
Well, there's still 4.5 minutes to go. The Cats might kick 10 goals in the first term for the second week in a row. Mensch, newcomer this year. Stoneham again, and at the back of him, Ablett. He was held out. Gary Ablett has the free kick. Play on advantage. Brown! Yes! He's kicked ball, touched off the boot. Well, I'm not sure whether there was any advantage there. I fancied Gary Ablett's chances from 60.
Yes, I think the best team plan there would have been to pull play up and let Ablett have the set shot.
Kick in by Anthony Danaher's pretty good. Kickett nearly takes the mark. Off the ground by Bewick. Thompson runs onto it. Little kick with the right, goes out to Spawn. Spawn is wide, kicks it high. Salmon in front and marks. What a good effort. He's 6'18", Paul Salmon, and with that sort of agility, it was enormous. From 30 metres out, he takes the mark.
He's certainly grown
exaggeration, isn't it?
He's certainly grown a bit in the last couple of nights.
But I'm just wrapped in his athleticism for a big man. He is a very, very good player.
Well, I'm wrapped in the way he's approached his football this season. I believe he's been underdone in the last couple of years and should have been performing better for Essendon. I'd like to see him get up on the ball as he has been doing in his games so far this year.
Well, an opportunity for his third goal, and it just may have sneaked through. I think it has, yes. Salmon 3 goals, becomes the leading goal scorer on the ground, and Essendon have got their fourth, but Geelong leads 7-3 to 4-5.
It was an excellent kick from Kieran Spawn into Salmon, and he's been given the tap on the shoulder from Brian Wood, the runner. I'm sure the message was keep leading. Terrific play from Kevin Sheedy. He's been the leading goal kicker at Essendon on 5 occasions, so there's no doubt he can kick goals, but I think he can dominate games more so than he has been in the last couple of years.
Malcolm Blight giving Martin Heffernan a big task on Salmon, who's already taken 4 marks and kicked 3 goals, but I suppose while the Cats are scoring them at the other end, he can afford to blood him in league football. Bombers come forward again. Spawn had a chance but overran it. I think the umpire will ball this up on the edge of the centre square.
Well, you mentioned Mark Bairstow a couple of minutes ago, Drew. I think one of the hardest things in football is if you're carrying a bit of an injury, to combat or get a kick, combating a tag as well. And Chris Danaher is playing him very tight.
Spawn somehow gets a kick out of this pack. The speed of Long. His left foot is beautiful. Great goal. Bombers have kicked the last 2 and trail by just 10 points.
Yes, well, he swooped on that one, Michael Long, let the ball bounce, picked the ball up, had plenty of time and didn't kick through the ball, just floated it through from 40 metres. But this is no doubt the best quarter of football that Essendon has played for some time, despite the fact that they're still 10 points down on the scoreboard.
Well, as a spectacle, fantastic. 12 goals so far in the term. O'Donnell picks it off the top of the pack. Just gets a lovely little weighted right footer and finds Terry Danaher. And I say that because Gary O'Donnell is a natural left footer. Kick towards Spawn. Somerville at the back. He's got it. Not paid. He's kicked it into the square. Can Salmon get back? No. It bounces out to the right and goes over for a throw-in in the right forward pocket for Essendon. Obviously the mark not paid there to Somerville. Spawn may have had his hands on it at first. Play on, and Somerville's kick lands in that pocket. Somerville tap out. Bewick, snapshot. Oh, what a great piece of football. Bewick gets his second goal, and all of a sudden, the Bombers, well, they're never done, are they, Essendon? A team coached by Kevin Sheedy, they trail by just 4 points.
Well, it was the big assignment coming to the MCG to play Geelong, who are on one of the great barnstorming runs we've seen in the last decade. But that was an excellent tap from Somerville. He came over the top of his own man, Salmon. A set play on shore, flicking it over the back to Bewick, who snapped truly for his second goal. Good play to the Bombers.
And the Bombers have kicked the last 3, trailed by 4 points. Handley out of the middle, gathered by Bewes. High kick, Brown. Bairstow tried to rove it. Scott does, over his shoulder, but couldn't hook it back far enough. And a behind to Robert Scott. Well, it's a cricket score, but well, Geelong, not surprisingly, are getting a cricket score, but the Bombers are getting one too. 46-41. And they've had an amazing time since the MCG became their home ground, the Bombers. They had to come from 8 goals down in the last quarter to win. They flew home against Fitzroy, but still lost. Thompson rides a high tackle, played it well. Kickett centre wing, another goal here, and the Bombers can lead by quarter time. Terry Danaher's got it, shrugs a tackle or two, hoists it high to half forward. Nobody there. Riccardi for Geelong. Peter Riccardi keeps the ball in, a clever kick. Forceman. Bairstow, caught by Wanganeen. Gavin Wanganeen's been pretty quiet so far. Here's Thompson, dishes out a good hand pass. EZARD, centering kick. Somerville can't take the mark this time. Gathered by McGrath. Straight through them goes Tim McGrath. Chris Danaher. Gee, the game being played at a frantic pace.
And well done, Bombers. They kept it in their forward half. Spawn's kicked to full forward. Salmon's held, surely. And the umpire saw it, much to the delight of the Essendon supporters. Gee, they've had plenty to cheer about, Gerard, haven't they? They've been good since the first 5 minutes, dominated by Geelong.
Yes, they've really fought back well, and they're playing a terrific brand of football. Paul Salmon is the key to the whole issue. Up forward, he is really giving Heffernan a bit of a bath at the moment. One wonders whether Blight will shift him, but we did see McGrath get crucified against Dunstall in the pieces Robbo mentioned not so long ago.
Well, the Cats must remain at 7-4, but Essendon can hit the lead with this kick by Paul Salmon, and he puts it through. His 4th goal for the quarter. And at quarter time, Essendon lead. They've kicked 7-5, and a wonderful quarter of football. Geelong have kicked 7-4. Second quarter about to start here at the MCG. The pattern has been set. I wonder if the players can keep up this tempo. 14 goals in the first quarter. Away go Geelong through Bewes. Towards centre half forward, no mark. Kick it at the back. No, he can't get through. Got the handball away. It rebounds to Forsman. Tackled by Thompson. In goes Harvey. Well done. He's on Brown and doing a good job. It rebounds to Scott. He shrugs the tackle. Goes for goal. Geelong get the first goal of the second term. Robert Scott has now kicked 2, as has Brownless, Bruns and Stoneham. Geelong lead by 5 points.
Yes, well, Geelong certainly did need that one. Essendon kicked the last couple of goals in the first quarter and really got their tails up. So that first goal after quarter time was going to be all important, and a good one to Scott, who kicks his second.
O'Donnell and Ablett having a bit of fun. O'Donnell tagging Ablett. State squad teammates. Whistle's gone. Free kick, and Ablett getting a bit niggly about it all. Bewick takes the free kick. Long kick to full forward in the direction of Salmon. Didn't get first touch. Has a hack for goal. Great effort for Salmon, but offline. And Salmon already has kicked 4 goals, 3.
Obviously a very important player for Essendon. Somerville doing the ruck work and doing it pretty well back near the centre. And do we see now that Heffernan has been taken away from full-back, Gerard? He looks as though he may be having a run in the ruck. In the centre of the ground near Peter Somerville as the ball is hurried over the boundary line.
At the moment we've got Handley following Salmon around.
Well, Salmon a real problem. Anderson, who kicks the ball long distances up towards full forward. Cransberg can't mark. Getting back there was Poole, and his little kick finds, it's Bench actually, and his little kick finds the safety of the boundary line. 8-4 plays 7-6. Right forward pocket for Essendon. Magnificent conditions here at the MCG for football. Ball goes towards Wanganeen. Stephen Hocking, his man for the afternoon, and the umpire calls for a bounce. Very, very even first term. Geelong getting the first goal of the second quarter through Robert Scott. There's a behind kick by Anderson. And Essendon just forging ahead on the scoreboard with behinds. They're 7-7, trailing Geelong 8-4.
Yes, well, Martin Heffernan is following Peter Somerville throughout the centre of the ground. Both players on the ruck for their respective clubs.
Kick in by Miles in the direction of Heffernan. Punch forward by Somerville to Bewick. Bewick around Mensch. Mensch did well enough, and the ball's gone out of play.
Miles now on Salmon,
which is a height mismatch. And of course we all know that Paul Salmon creates problems for every opposing team he plays. Anderson, clever kick outside of his boot. Salmon did well to keep it in play for the Bombers. Mensch dragged it ground, grabbed by Stephen Hocking. Bairstow has been quiet so far, straight up the centre. Stoneham behind. Well, Kickett missed altogether with his punch. Stoneham puts it out wide. Here's Heffernan. Good hand pass to Barry Stoneham. His centering kick is not great. Ablett missed it. Brownless caught in the tackle by Wallis. Holding the ball. Free kick Wallis.
Wallis has it in the back pocket. Oh, dear me. Kevin Sheedy's heart would have been in his mouth then. Kick towards the wing where 3 Geelong players outnumber Spawn, and Spawn's in trouble. The kick to half forward and a good mark running back with difficulty taken by Stoneham. Spawn has recovered his position and looks okay behind play. Stoneham has already kicked 2 goals. Distance will be just a little bit of a problem. Outside 50. Kicks it very accurately. And a good mark taken in the goal square by Somerville. And not asked to play on, just the umpire indicating that the player on the mark must come back a few metres to give Somerville some space in which to kick. And Somerville comes to the near side. Good crowd here. Big punch by Miles. Tapped away by O'Donnell. Ball close to the line, taken over by Hills. Boundary throw-in will take place.
Yeah, just to clarify the situation with Salmon, Handley is picking up Salmon. Miles dropped back onto Salmon while Handley went into the ruck when the ball was in their back line.
Palm down to Bairstow. He was taken off the ball pretty well by Kickett. Runs. Made a great return with 2 goals in the first term. Walks this one over the line. The umpire calls for the boundary throw-in. Played the last 3 games in the reserves or the State League, Neville Bruns. Injured stomach muscles in a pre-season game. Somerville doing all right in the ruck. Hinkley for Geelong, just forward of centre wing. Up towards the 50. Stoneham. No mark this time. Forceman. The hand pass to Scott. He lost control of it. Bomber skipper Thompson. Well played by Thompson to Harvey. Right up the middle, Essendon. Great game of football being played here. Danaher, punch from behind by Mensch. Wanganeen's been out of it, but held that time. Free kick to GAVIN Wanganeen. Wants to go quickly.
Should have a shot. He's within distance, isn't he? Surely.
Salmon offered a lead, but too early for Wanganeen. He could make it from here. He's made distance all right, but not direction. 2 behinds to Gavin Wanganeen. And we have a 2-point ball game here. 52-50, the Cats in front.
Handley now. Have Geelong taken away some of their potency by putting this man back at full back? He's been a very good player for Geelong in the last 4 or 5 weeks while they've been on their merry way. What a beautiful kick. Right into the centre. Somerville punch. Good. Bruns. Kickett. Oh, hand pass is magic. Long from inside 50. He should kick his second. And it's touched on the line back there. And Michael Long disappointed with himself. Behind to Essendon.
I think you called it correctly, Robbo. From 40 metres out, Long should have made that one without any question.
Little bit of a Sammy steer, do you think?
Yes, as he kicked that last one in the first quarter, just tried to poke it through.
McGrath marks the kick in 50 metres from goal as far as Essendon are concerned, and Geelong will kick it further away.
Well, after a high-scoring first quarter when they kicked 7 goals each, the Cats have kicked the only goal in this second quarter in 7 minutes. Bombers have kicked 4 behinds. Thompson, short pass to Kickett. His vision is sensational. Anderson, not his longest kick, but Salmon's on the end of it. Play on, says the umpire. Quick hand pass, Cransburg to Terry Danaher. Top goal! Oh, just offline.
Malcolm Blight has made one change. He's got Andrew Buse onto BEWICK, and there's an Essendon player down in the middle of the ground, and it's
Salmon.
Paul Salmon. And unfortunately, they're having a look at that left knee.
Well, that could be bad news for Salmon, who has been a great player today, has kicked 4 goals, 3. Don't tell me it's going back to the days of '84 when he fell across Jeff Rains. I hope not.
Kickett leads in the race for the ball. Wide to the wing. Gathers. Hand pass ineffective. Bruns chops it off. Bruns kick. Looks for Bairstow. He's on his own. 50 metres from goal. Mark Bairstow. Put down your glasses. It's pretty good. Bairstow gets the goal while Salmon lies on the ground. And Geelong scoot clear by that 6-pointer from Mark Bairstow.
Well, it's amazing how a game can swing. At one end we see Essendon's best player, Paul Salmon, on the ground. It is in fact his right knee. The trainer had hold of his left. He's hobbling off the ground now. In the meantime, the ball goes forward and Mark Bairstow kicks a magnificent goal from a pretty tight angle for Geelong.
It's important that Salmon gets off the ground quickly, Gerard, too. They're 1 down at the moment, player-wise. Good bounce back in the centre. BEWICK nearly took it with him. Forsman tries to get the hand pass away. BEWICK's kick off the ground. Goes wide towards the wing. Kick off the ground again. Wasn't really all that effective. Miles, tap on is good. Forsman. Kick to centre half forward. Essendon defence under pressure. Chris Danaher beaten for it. Just with sheer pace by Scott. Oh, well done, Scott. Good tackle, Danaher. Scott gets the hand pass away. Long. Handball over the top of his head. EZARD runs onto it. Tackled by Scott, but he's able to get away. And magically gets it to Long. Long's little kick. The vision was brilliant. The understanding perfect. Kickett and Anderson. Back it goes to the centre. O'Donnell. They're in trouble, the Bombers, with Salmon hurt. Up towards full forward. No mark taken. Away goes Handley. Handball over the top. And Geelong are out of trouble as Stephen Hocking breaks clear from centre half back. Kicks it wide towards the wing where Poole marks. And Geelong with a little bit of space.
Cats lead by 6 points after kicking 2 goals to 5 behinds in this quarter. In front, Ablett, no mark. Paid?
I agree with you, but on a lot of occasions the mark, and it's just held like that if the umpire thinks he's going to control it. And 9 times out of 10 they pay it, don't they?
Yes, they do. I think he may have just had control. It's a split-second decision. We see Salmon walking along the boundary line, trying to test that knee out. Ed Considine's come on to centre half back, and Wallis is at full forward.
Gary Ablett, goalless so far. Still goalless. That's away to the left for a behind. Cats' first miss in this second term. They've kicked 2 goals, 1, but they lead by 7 points.
Kick in marked by Chris Danaher. He's got a little bit of space and he's able to run away from half back and kicks it towards centre half forward. No mark taken. Brilliant recovery by Anderson. He flew for the mark, then got the handball away. Danaher, kick it quickly, Terry. He does. It goes towards the goal line. Oh, mark. No, just dropped by Miles, and it's through for a behind to Essendon.
A poor play from Terry Danaher for someone so experienced. 309 league games. Yet Gavin Wanganeen only 30 metres out from goal. Clear. Would surely have seen him and should have passed it for the easy set shot at goal.
Miles' kick in comes to the near side where Heffernan has the football and gets the kick back in towards the centre. Considine hard, Forsman. Handball good into the path of Bairstow and brilliantly to Bruns. Bruns goes in. Is this his third goal? Oh, Neville Bruns would be disappointed with that one. 2 goals, 1. To the veteran of the Geelong side. And what a courageous little player he's been for the Cats.
Mark Harvey kicks in for the Bombers, straight up the ground. O'Donnell leaves it for Kickett. And some of the things that Derek Kickett has done today have been absolutely superb. 12 possessions now, after 4 marks for Kickett. Anthony Danaher, Cransberg waited for it. Hinkley took it away from him. Ken Hinkley steers it to Brownless. And Billy well within kicking distance. 50 metres for him, no problem.
See the rebound football. If you're not pinpoint with the accuracy, you're gone, aren't you?
Certainly are. And Ken Hinkley really made Essendon pay for their mistake.
Kick by Brownless. He's got the distance. He's away to the right. No, he's kicked it. Third goal to Brownless. And the Cats with another break. Lead by 13.
Yes, well, that really was the classic dispossession on the half-back line. Essendon were in full control, but Cransberg didn't go hard enough for that ball. And in popped Hinkley, who really made him pay the price with a pinpoint 60-metre delivery to Bill Brownless, kicking his third goal.
Essendon have kicked 6 behinds in this term, and Geelong have kicked 3 goals too. Back near the centre. Hills overruns it. Riccardi's in there for Geelong. He gets the handball away. No one there. Anderson into the path of Spawn. Just gets his right foot to it. Up to half forward. Cransberg sweeps it wider. Here's a chance for Long. Gets away from Scott. Back to Anderson on the favoured left side. Into the... Oh, what a great pass. Hit Terry Danaher. There was nothing the defender could do there. Terry Danaher is marked about 35, maybe 40 metres out. Fairly well, not directly in front, but the angle not all that difficult for the Essendon champion. Terry Danaher's kick for goal looks pretty good. No, it's hit the post. He's kicked 4 behinds, and the Bombers get their 12th behind. They trail by 12 points. Jeff Miles, 13 minutes left. 14 goals we saw kicked in the first term. Kick in, sits nicely for McGrath. Forced to kick with the left, back towards the centre of the ground. Considine holds Stoneham, and the umpire's 5 metres away. An obvious free kick to the Geelong centre half forward.
Stoneham's kick. Brownless charges. No mark. Off hands to Bairstow. His kick for goal is offline. Bairstow, 7 possessions midway through the second quarter. In some doubt before the game. And not quite the same player who kicked 5 goals last week against Adelaide.
There's Denham back on the ground. That kick-in is a very, very good one. Thompson is marked at centre-half back. Long must get this. Long still must get it. Oh, tipped it, kick off the ground. Flips it to the back. Puts O'Donnell under pressure. Still Essendon a chance. No, O'Donnell gathers. The umpire had blown the whistle. Umpire John Russo and Dennis Rich, 2 of the most experienced umpires in the AFL, in charge here. A big game at the MCG between the Bombers and the Cats. Salmon still favouring that right leg as he exercises on the boundary line. Essendon get out of trouble at half-back. Bewick's kick, pretty good. Spawn marks. Can play on, gets around the man on the mark and kicks it high in towards centre-half forward. Danaher can't mark. It's flipped out to the back. Miles, good pressure by Danaher. Kickett shot for goal. What a great kick. Derek Kickett.
Played a great game.
Well, it's been a pretty good contest, Drew, hasn't it, really? 8-12 plays 10-7, Geelong by 7 points.
Yes, well, this is one of the best games of football I've seen this year, particularly for the attacking skills. And Derek Kickett doesn't let Essendon down, picking that ball up and an instinctive snap through for his first.
7 points the margin. Bombers in front. A scrap near the middle. Thompson over the ball. And the umpire will ball it up again. Well, the forecast had it for rain and freezing cold conditions, and we've finished up with a top day here in Melbourne. And for these two teams who really love to attack, they're turning on a great spectacle. Somerville palms. Bairstow over his shoulder inside half forward. Stoneham leaves it for Brown. Now Stoneham's after it. He's still going, Barry Stoneham, right through to the back of the pack, and goals. 3 goals to Stoneham. And the Cats by 13 again.
Yes, an excellent goal from Barry Stoneham. Followed that ball down like a half-forward flanker, swooping on it. Brownless kept himself and Anthony Danaher out of the play. I thought he was going with the left foot, but he elected to swing onto the right and had the momentum travelling in the correct direction and put it through for a good goal.
11-7 to 8-12. Somerville doing very, very well in the ruck contest. No way known Mark Thompson was getting past the Gary Ablett tackle. The umpire will call for another bounce.
If you're tackled by Ablett, you know all about it.
A bit of trouble. Terrific bounce. Somerville does well. Goes to half forward. Flip over the back. Nearly picked off by McGrath. Anderson. Now Handley for Geelong. And he runs away from half back. Kicks it towards half forward. Stoneham in control. Considine, EZARD and Scott. Now a chance for Chris Danaher. Doing pretty well. Mark Thompson and Long. Combination. Long's kick. Hook towards half forward. He looks for Kickett. Oh, Derek Kickett got his man out of the road. Handballs it, looking in the direction of Hills. Hills appeals for the free kick against Ablett, but Ablett will take it on the bottom. Plays on quickly. Handball away to Hocking. Hocking's kick on his own as Poole. He drops a sitter. Umpire blew his whistle. Poole goes away. Kicks it towards full forward. Marking contest. Brown nearly took it. Scott there. EZARD plays the safety and bashes it over the boundary line for a throw-in in the right forward pocket. And whose fans are booing? Maybe the mark not paid to Paul Brown.
Harvey doing an excellent job on him at the present time.
Somerville in ruck, as is Heffernan. Heffernan, in his anxiety to get to the football, gives away the free kick. And Somerville will take it in the back pocket. He plays on quickly. No, you must go over the man in the mark. Still Harvey. No, Somerville elects to kick. Oh, come on, umpire.
What difference does it make?
Well, then I thought he kicked over the man on the mark. The first time maybe when he handballed to Harvey, he had to go back. Now Somerville kicks it out wide, near the wing. Well done, Forsman. Gives away ground. Goes back to Bewes. Bewes has a really good look and then kicks it beautifully and finds Poole about 30 metres closer to goal.
Just 6 kicks for Trevor Poole. A bit quieter than his burst in the last month or so. Anthony Danaher, top mark in defence. Played for New South Wales in their big 93-point win over Queensland on Tuesday night. So some of these players have played a bit of footy lately. Danaher out wide. Denham in Essendon colours against his old side today. Sean Denham. Bewick. Gee, they've had a few possessions to go nowhere. Have they lost it? Harvey backs through Ablett's tackle. Oh, well done by Hills, who got behind Riccardi. Hills out to Kickett, who's been a star. With him is Mensch. Well played by young David Mensch. The hand pass over the top.
Oh, silly.
That was Anderson. Down went McGrath. Hills goes backwards to Anderson. Kicked by Greg Anderson. Into the forward pocket. Bounces off Thompson. He keeps the ball in. Long. Buse, spin out of trouble. Is that ball out already? No, socket out on the full, and it's going to be a Geelong free kick to be taken by McGrath. Well, Geelong lead by 13 points, and we have just under 8 minutes remaining to half-time. And if you'd seen the first 7 minutes of the game, you'd have thought the Cats would lead by 100 by now.
There's a chance for them here. Gary Ablett gathers beautifully away to Bairstow. Bairstow has a good look, kicks it beautifully in towards full forward. Brown punched away. Come on, Gerard, say something. Well, if that was a mark, I don't know anything about football.
Pay marks every time a header punches, I say.
Well, what's a defender supposed to do? Stand there and let him mark it?
It's harder to mark than punch.
Brown has it at centre half forward, kicks for goal, and it's a Geelong goal.
Well, last week Gary Ablett had 21 kicks and only one handball, but on that occasion we see him with a handball. It's his third for the day. Set up Mark Bairstow, who delivered the ball to Paul Brown, who controlled it for just long enough before it was punched away. Well, that was according to the umpire, and we'll have to leave that one for the post-mortem.
And I'll bet as a Brownlow medalist you always said the umpire was right.
Well, it took me a few years to wake up.
Cats by 19 points. Palm down to Ablett. Bang out of the middle. Straight to full forward and Brownless. At the back, Brown again. Second goal in 20 seconds. Can't get clear. Good tackle, Considine. Comes to Harvey. Back to Anthony Danaher. And across to Denham. Hills with Riccardi. That ball just got over the line, I thought.
Out of bounds.
Yeah. Well, it is now. And we'll have a throw-in.
Well, I thought Paul Brown made a blue there. He had the flight of the ball and the momentum with going with him onto his right foot, but he tried to duck back behind Harvey, and Harvey just dragged him down.
Gary Ablett's kicked 15 goals in the last 2 weeks. He's goalless, and we're within sight of half-time.
Well, it's been a fairly good contest, the first half of this match. Still 6 minutes left. Geelong leading by 19 points. Boundary throw-in, left half forward. Somerville's done very well in the ruck. Thompson tackled nicely. And the umpire will be forced to bounce about 60 metres from the Geelong goal.
Gerard, did Gary O'Donnell ever tag you?
He did, unfortunately,
a
couple of times.
He would niggle you all day.
Oh, he's a... cannot get rid of him. He's like a shadow, the proverbial shadow.
Somerville, that could be nearly a free kick against the youngster there. Not much he could do. Somerville standing his ground. Young Heffernan over the top, interfered with the big fellow, and he takes the free kick. A poor kick. Marcus taken by Scott.
One of O'Donnell's greatest aspects of his game, though, is that he can run off and pick up a possession of his own. And as at the moment, we see him with 8 possessions, as well as Ablett with 8. So he's nullifying Ablett's effectiveness.
Scott's kick, punch down. EZARD. Brown marks outside 50. Quick kick by that player, back towards the front of the goals. Essendon in a bit of trouble back there. Handball goes wide. Bairstow shrugs the tackle. Gave the handball when he really didn't have to. Long gets the rebound off Anthony Danaher, then gives it back to that player, and Bomber's out of trouble. O'Donnell's made good position. Spawn spotted him, and O'Donnell runs beautifully. Oh, he's dropped it, gathered it again. Handball away, good vision. Running by Long has been good. Kick into the square. No, the front of the goals, no. Wallis marks. It's not the front, it's in the left forward pocket for Essendon. Quite a difficult shot there for Dean Wallis, about 40 metres from goal.
Yes, Wallis now at full forward. He's been picked up by Jeff Miles. Handley at the centre half forward, centre half back on Terry Danaher. So Paul Salmon exiting from the ground has really caused a couple of major structural changes to the Essendon side.
And if Gary Ablett's a goal-kicking centreman, he's on the goal line here to try and stop a score.
That wasn't a bad ploy there by Wallis, because you could see he wasn't all that confident from that distance and the area. So he's given it away to Bewick, and Bewick is a fairly reliable kick for goal. Bewick with 2 to his name now has 3. Gee, I wish I could tip winners at the races, like tipping blokes to kick goals at the footy. Geelong lead by 13 points.
Yes, and that was Essendon's second goal for the quarter. Salmon still limping on the boundary line. Things aren't looking too flash for him. But Darren Bewick, who's been picked up by Andrew Bewes for a fair percentage of the time today, has got away for 3 goals. Forsman now on Bewick.
Three minutes 40 remaining to half-time. Charging at it was McGrath. O'Donnell might have taken a free. Gets it to Bewick. Bombers into attack again. Kickett. Second chance. Couldn't get back to it. Mansfield on the ground. Just about got splinters in his backside. He spent so much time on the bench. Spawn. Will this come back? Nearly. A behind.
Gary Ablett's changing with Forsman as a ruck rover from the half-forward flank. Scott is changing with Bewes, and they're picking up the rovers, so now it's Scott with the job on Bewick.
Robbo's just pointed out the Bombers are a mile ahead in marks, kicks and handballs.
Yes, I think they just need a little bit of good fortune here. Thompson has the football and he kicks it to the front of the square. No mark taken. Where are the crumb gatherers? The kick is by Wallis. And he's very, very disappointed. Dean Wallis kicks a behind for Essendon when, well, they don't badly need a goal, but they just need something to rev them up, I feel. 9-14 from their efforts. Geelong have kicked 12-7. And I think the key to the Cats is that they've kept it in that, what is now well known as the corridor. So their shots for goal have been fairly simple.
Bombers 2 goals 9 this quarter.
Yes, they've played pretty well. Somerville couldn't quite take the mark. Chance for Long. He tries to kick it off the ground. EZARD to no one in particular, but Bewick's on the end of it. Shot for goal by Bewick. He didn't quite hook it enough. And it's through for another behind, so that must make it 2 goals 10 for the quarter. And Geelong have kicked 5 goals 3.
The inaccuracy hasn't been Bewick's fault. It was his first behind. He's kicked 3 goals 1. 10 points the margin. And the Cats not having everything their own way as they have in the last few weeks. Oh, Ablett marks.
Terrific effort.
His 4th mark. His 11th disposal. Up over centre wing. Hand pass in astray. Forsman. Brownless trying to wrestle off his opponent. What a mark, Billy Brownless.
I thought that one hit the ground then, Billy.
Well, Considine was wearing him like a glove then. And how Brownless was able to free his arms to take that mark, I have no idea.
And I think he was shaking his head in disbelief that he wasn't awarded the free kick, because the Essendon player was all over him, as you said, Drew.
He's kicked 3. This for number 4. Yes. So now the margin's 16 points, less than a minute and a half to half-time.
Guess well, second goal for the quarter for Bill Brownless. And they just cannot stem the tide, Essendon. They get a goal and all of a sudden Geelong have all the answers. And we see there Bill Brownless, a beautiful shot at goal.
Play restarted. Ball still there to be won. Bewes has got it. Tackled. Gets the hand pass away. Forsman tackled. Again the hand pass away. Bewes. Good vision. Brilliant kick. Poole.
Yeah, that was excellent vision from Andrew Bewes. Essendon thought he was going for goal, but Bewes had other thoughts in mind. He saw Trevor Poole at the corner of his eye and just chipped a lovely 25-metre left foot pass to Poole, who was in space.
Very unselfish player, Andrew Bewes. Very much the team player. Poole. Shot for goal is good. So all of a sudden Geelong opened the gap, and it's back to 22 points when Essendon looked quite threatening just a few moments ago. Geelong go bang bang and lead 14-7 to 9-15.
Yes, and that's occurred at the same time that Handley's been brought back onto the ball. Tim Darcy's been moved on at to centre-half back onto Terry Danaher, and Heffernan having a rest off the ground.
Bombers have wasted their chances in this quarter. They have 4 more scoring shots. McGrath out of the middle, maybe one more for the Cats. The hand pass was strong back to Buse from Forsman, but he kicked into the man. Comes to Thompson. Maybe the Bombers can get one more. 22 seconds left. Kickett, middle of the pack. Spawn flew early. Chris Danaher after this. Handley with a bit of help from Steve Hocking. Handley measures off the pass well to Forsman. 10 seconds left. Kick by Forsman. Up towards half forward. Buse waited. He's got a chance, Andrew Buse. Oh, well done, Wanganeen. Thompson to Wanganeen. Now he's found a man in the clear, Hills, but the siren goes for half-time. And in a very entertaining first half of the MCG, the Bombers trail after bad kicking. Geelong 14-7, Essendon 9-15.